Hi, I'm Raquel from Fangirlist. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Well, my first question is, what can we expect from Kay and Mary? How would you describe their roles in the puzzle of this show?
Shall I go first this
Yeah,
time?
go for it.
Okay, fine. I think with Kay's character specifically, I think within the story, her story is she's come from a background she's not very proud of, and she has sort of gone out on her own, pushed herself to the front, come up with a lot of ideas of what she thinks the perfect life is and how exactly she's going to push herself to the front of getting that. And that has made her a very opportunistic person. And I think basically the story is the audience seeing her get a glimpse of these opportunities that she's always dreamed of and what she thinks would be perfect for her, and seizing those opportunities and then finding out whether or not it's worth it in the end, which I mean, I don't want to ruin it, but you'll see.
I think Mary, when we meet Mary, I feel like she's at a crossroads in life. She feels stuck where she is. She wants more out of life. She definitely wants to experience life in a different way, but she's been stuck for so long, she almost doesn't know how to go about doing that. And I think her friendship, her burgeoning friendship with Thomas Roy presents a kind of opportunity that feels genuine. And there's maybe a spark for potential romance there, which also means the door might be open for something else. Because companions were it's a strange job back in the time where, a woman of a certain class would be a companion. It was a very respectable thing to do, but it's something that you don't want to do for too long. And at the same time, you couldn't, if you weren't married, you were a companion, but then you want the help because you were a woman of a certain class, but also you sort of feel like you are under the guardianship of someone else's. You're under someone else's roof, under someone else's care. And I think she is at that crossroads of wanting to like get out and find freedom in a different way. And I think the great thing about both of characters is that you see their fears and frustrations and insecurity bubbling underneath, which also makes them very good suspects.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think both of us have very sort of surprising and I think satisfying endings.
I couldn't agree more.
As much I will say before. I don't want to say too much and then I'll accidentally tell you who did it.
My next question is, Kay and Mary are women who, from different places, sees or see the rifts and division within the Shane family. How do you think this will affect them as a character?
What will affect
Sorry,
them?
I couldn't catch the last bit of your question. Sorry.
How it will affect them, the division with Neville and Audrey and Laura and Lady Tressilian? Will affect them? All these
the relationship with those characters
between all of those female characters.
Yeah, I mean we're polar opposites, I feel. So I think you sense that Mary and Kay are not people who would have been friends in real life. They don't move in the similar circles. I love the kind of tension between the women and the cattiness.
Yeah,
like there's definitely tension between you and Audrey. I look at Kay and Audrey and go, I don't recognize these women. But at the same time, there's kind of envy, but also a little bit of awe of them as well, because they arrive and they're fabulous and free. And I think she envies both of them a little bit. And there's definitely tension with Lady Tressilian because, well, there's tension from everyone with Lady Tressilian because she's the matriarch and she's the one in charge, and she doesn't suffer fools gladly and easily, and everyone, experiences her ire and wrath at some point in the story. Yeah. So we're all in trouble with Lady Tressilian at some point.
My last question is, what message do you hope fans take away from your characters?
What do you think fans might take away from our
What message do you want? What message do you hope
Do I
the fans take away from your characters?
I hope they root for Mary. I hope they're on Mary's side. That's what I hope for.
For me, I think the message is probably not to judge too quickly, because I've said it a few times now, but everyone has their own story and their own problems that they're going through. So don't judge the book by its cover, I think, because everyone has struggles, no matter how perfect something might look. Because like with Kay, I think she comes in, like you're saying, she looks perfect.
Yeah, she's a confidence.
She's confident. She's all of those things probably that Mary is wanting to go towards at this point in her life. And that is probably exactly how she comes across. But then when she's arriving, that's definitely not Kay's feeling. Kay's walking in feeling like she's been hit by a ton of bricks, because she feels so like inferior in a way that she doesn't know all of these things that all the other women know. She doesn't know this world at all, and she looks like she's supposed to. So it's kind of like, you know, playing a role sometimes in life. So yeah, just not to judge too quickly, I think.
Awesome answers. Well, thank you so much.
So much for your questions.
Thank you.
I'm really excited to people to see this show because it's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.